Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Strategy Officer, UiPath, Vargha Moayed.
Señores y señoras, soy emocionado, ¿es that correct? De estar aquí con ustedes hoy, contarles un poco de automatización. Pero si me lo permite, me voy a continuar en inglés porque no quiere butcher the language of Cervantes, and I think it's that's good enough. I also noticed something really interesting about the agenda that we presented, and I think it's very Southern European of us. It had no time in it. It was very good, Frank. So, without further ado, I will talk a little bit. I'll take a little bit of a higher vision, and then as the day progresses, we'll become more and more concrete. So permit me to be a little bit at the higher level. I guess that's what goes with the title of Chief Strategy Officer. Since the dawn of computing age, technology has always changed how people work. Actually, if it were me, I would even say since the dawn of humanity, as human, we're driven to make our life less painful. As I remember, 3 years ago, one of the very first clients who was sitting on a panel telling about its automation journey. It was a Greek gentleman from a bank, and somebody said, yeah, but aren't you afraid of jobs, et cetera, et cetera? And he said, as far as I know, with a thick Greek accent that I cannot do, nobody's complaining not to be mining with their bare hands anymore, do they? So the point is technology, to use a French expression, we don't stop progress. So we are, and what we are today, we're in this tradition of humanity and technology to continually change the way people work, and we believe for the better. If we look specifically at the enterprise technology, we can more or less think of 6 phases that have preceded us. We went from mainframe. I remember mainframe. I hope that most of you don't. I remember PC, the first floppy disk that I had. And then, you know, the better interfaces that came from Xerox Lab and were popularized by Apple. Then, obviously, I lived to the boom and bust and rebirth of the internet. Then we went to mobile first. And I think we see the strong movement towards the cloud. So I want to share with you that I believe there is a 7th that is coming. And I think all of you feel it, a 7th wave or trend. And this is the trend of automation. I think automation is going to become it's becoming really the next big thing. And this has happened because of what we call the perfect storm. It's a convergence of really 3 things that has happening together. You saw in the video, you know, that all of you have heard of us in the last 2 years or 3 years, but in fact, UiPath has been created in 2005, so we've been at it, technologically speaking, for almost 13 years. And the foundation of the company, the thing that Daniel and his first team of engineers were working the most on was computer vision. So the breakthrough in computer vision has allowed us to do what it is we do today. Coincidentally, luckily, we're witnessing, and we use the word summer of AI because as some of you who know about AI, we have been used in the past several times, the word winter of AI. AI has been at it since 1953 when the word was coined in a meeting in Dartmouth in the US and has many false starts. But with the development of, you know, stronger computing powers, the availability of data and some other things, AI is finally starting to deliver of its promise. And finally, companies themselves, so the market, people are starting to care about process optimization. People are starting to have an industry called BPO, shared service centers, process reengineering. When you put all of it together, all these elements have allowed us to be where we are today, and in effect, usher us into the automation first era. And I want to share with you, and I'm going to have to apologize that many of these numbers are a little bit self-centered, but we think it's their reflection, and we don't trust too much yet the numbers from the outside, but he put one at the end. We have really, the famous hockey stick, we really believe 2018 it will be known as the year where most enterprises have finally are starting to embrace automation. If we take just our case, and I think, Frank alluded to it, and as you see, even the numbers since we did this slide and the latest have changed. We went from 450 customers, and we believe we will end up with 2,600 customers by the end of the day. He said 9 customers per day. In fact, the last quarter, probably around 12 to 13 customers a day. So you can see this accelerating. We will be increasing our revenue by 5-fold. The amount of people, the community, which is really important to us and important to you, because more people are skilled with our technology, the more likely it is that you can actually implement it. The community has increased to 250,000 active participants. Our own company number of people to serve you were 1,400 at the end of this year, and we will probably triple that number next year. Interestingly also, based on a very recent Deloitte survey that was revealed during the UiPath Forward presentation in London, in 2018, the number of companies who are engaged in an RPA project in the large, from POCs all the way to implementation, has now been more than 2/3. More than 2/3 of enterprises are having an RPA project today. So I think with all these numbers, we can all agree that the era of automation has arrived. So I want to also tell you what is RPA, because many people, maybe those who are in the early days of your RPA journey and the way RPA has spread so fast, might be tempted to believe that RPA is a tactical Band-Aid tool. And you might hear that particularly, and I apologize if some of you are from the IT world, particularly from traditional IT people. Well, that's a good Band-Aid solution for now until eventually, we have the full API level integration. Make no mistake, RPA will evolve, and it is evolving, to be the actual tool that will allow you to finally integrate your legacy system with each other, whether being front and back office, to bring artificial intelligence in a way that is practical and useful to you, so that for those of you who are an incumbent company, you can now provide to your customer the same experience that the digitally born companies are providing, without having you to scrap all your existing IT infrastructure that you've built for many years. So today it's RPA, and we're very thankful for the acronym that has allowed this industry to take off, but we really think about it as automation, intelligent automation, and our product is the foundation upon which this intelligent automation is going to be built, and that will allow you to concretely move toward this digitization of your companies that you're so eager to make happen. So let us quickly look at what are the benefits of this new world that we call automation first. Because I can hear, like, every time that has been a major change in the enterprise or in the world brought in by a new technology, there are some apprehensions, some fear, but I would like to share with you already some early data. We have seen again and again, and it has been validated by a very extensive work by the McKinsey Global Institute, that automation will provide the next leap of productivity. So it is, whether that's going to end up being 75 or 60, we can all agree this is a major leap forward. Automation will increase productivity. It will also increase job satisfaction. Most people that have been working with or side by side a robot are ecstatic. So this is a technology that immediately people feel the benefits of. The other counterintuitive approach, but I guess it should not be so counterintuitive if we look at each time a new technology comes. In fact, according to the World Economic Forum, automation will create net 6 million new jobs. I know it's hard to believe in the early days, but who would have believed that 20 years ago there will be such a job as a community manager? Job that was created by the internet and social media. We cannot think of the job that a new technology will create. We can only think at first of the job that they might actually destroy. Saying that everybody will win, it's unfortunately not true, but saying that society or companies in general will win, I think it's a relatively fair bet based on what we have seen so far in the evolution of technologies. Finally, and again, this is from McKinsey, capacity expands. Robots add the equivalent of 2.3 billion full-time workers. So we will just do more, being less painful for us as a human, and each time we do more, we create more wealth, and we all benefit. So let us go back a little bit to what is our mission. We here in UiPath, our mission is to accelerate the adoption of RPA and the speed with which you actually be able to fully realize the value. How we're going to do this, what is our strategy to do this? We're basically using 4 levers. We are going to do everything we can to accelerate the transfer of knowledge to you. We give you the promise that we'll continue to work on extending the capabilities of our product so that the vision that I shared with you as RPA as the foundation of your digitization is actually true. We will, obviously, we don't believe that we can do everything ourselves. We believe that successful companies are companies who are open and that build technological alliances. So we shall continue to do that. And finally, it's great to have a great product. It's great to have transferred the knowledge, but we will also help create an ecosystem of partners that are going to be able to help you to concretely implement these RPA technology. So let us look at it very quickly on all the different themes. To transfer knowledge, I think Frank alluded to our academy and community. Today we have already, that our community software is free and downloadable. We already have 250,000 people that have downloaded our software. We have an active forum of people providing ideas and counsels of more than 40,000 people. We have trained more than 140,000 people across 139 countries. And we have 200,000 people that have gone through the Academy online training. And we will continue. What's new in Academy? Certification exam for everyone by the end of 2018. We have new courses on security and licensing. We're expanding our language capabilities. We will have a version in Spanish. We will have a version in Russian and a version in French. Finally, we've also, our founder and CEO, Daniel, has also given us a strong challenge. And that is the challenge to be able, within 3 years, worldwide, to train up to 1 million people in RPA and automation technologies. To do that as we speak, we're striking alliances with major academic institutions in Europe, in the Americas, in Asia, so that we can together increase, again, the knowledge of people that know this technology, so that people are not on the loser side when this technology comes, but rather on the winner side, and at the same time also help you usher the RPA and implement RPA in your companies. I also mentioned to you that we're going to expand the capability of our product. So not only robots and automation is going to emulate humans, and we're adding new capabilities every day, and you will hear in more details during the roadmap presentation. We're adding cognitive decision capabilities, but we're also augmenting human, obviously, with things such as predictive analytics and decisions. So robot capabilities and the RPA product capabilities are going to increase to be able to do all the things that is the promise of automation. Now, if we look at, as I said, a good company, a successful technology is never done by a company alone. So we do not pretend to know everything and to do everything by ourselves. We feel very proud that within 2 years, we have been already capable of having with us premier technological firms who are making alliances with us. And these are not just a logo on a slide. These are people who have truly working with us to integrate their product with us, so to make it easy for you and to, again, increase the capability of what this product can do for you. And even a more concrete example of this, and you're going to see the demonstration of it at the end of today, and I really encourage you to stay for that demonstration, is the UiPath Go Marketplace. UiPath Marketplace is a place where people are going to contribute, and they are going to contribute several different things: reusable components, complementary technologies, best practices, and so on and so forth. And this is not a market, and you'll see it, just of links sending you to another partner. We have worked very hard to make it concrete and real. You are going to be able directly, for those of you who know our product, from Studio, which is our environment to build actually automation, to be able to go and download an element that is useful to you. It could be tomorrow a machine learning that you need at the specific moment in the script for decision making, something that has been built by somebody else, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So this is a major step forward. And by the way, we will also give you a private marketplace for your own company. If you're a very large company around the world and a little bit of distributed who does RPA, you would like to know and not reinvent something that has been done somewhere else within your company. So people can put everything they've done in a marketplace, and all of you can reuse it. Finally, I mentioned that we also need an ecosystem of partners to help you implement RPA. We're very proud to announce that we have more than 500 partners around the world, 250 of them here in our region, 100 of them who are in the consulting and managed services, and you can see some of the names. Obviously, if we were to put all the 500 logos, it would have been a work of art, but not very useful. So we are continuing to expand this ecosystem because we know that you also need, some of you partners, to be able to accelerate adoption of this technology. Finally, to show our commitment to our partners, we have also created and launched $20 million fund that we will be investing for those who are willing to innovate around our product, and those who are also going to innovate in a way they help you implement our product. So this is it for the overall, what I call automation first. I hope that you realize that 2018 is the year. You've witnessed it. This is the year where automation is no longer a project, is no longer a small company out there from Romania called UiPath, but it's actually a real global force. And to show you that this is concrete and real, I would like to share with you, in a very short video, one of our first clients that has understood the message of automation first, that has gone all the way, and to see the benefits they have already reaping from this approach.
Such a great support, we already over 1,000 robots running and have optimized 700 FTE and successfully allocate those people to business strategic sector to boost the top line. As you know, UiPath robots has a very versatile, so they are running in all the sector, including headquarters, operation center, branch office of SMBC. Also, UiPath robots can flexibly handle the large business operation as well as small workflow that employees dealing with day-to-day operations. We reduce expensive $500 million, and also we created a capacity of the 4,000 people to allocate the strategic business sector to increasing our revenue.
Only hope is that I will come here next year and there will be several SMBC stories from this region. Thank you.